Fuck you, Shannon.
Man, you, no. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you, Mike. You had me on swole, I was gonna whip you.
Okay, well, hey, you know what?
Hey, you ain't got your boys here now. You get your ass toe up.
What's up, Shannon? We ain't nothing right here between us.
You know what? I ain't gonna beat no old person.
But you know what? You know, I know you're a football player, but I ain't turning down no fades though. That if we would have got in a fight, I wasn't gonna turn down the fade.
You ain't talking about you gonna shoot me. You in the bed talking about ta. You ain't want these problems.
I never said that I was gonna shoot you, bro.
What you say?
Shannon, I didn't say that I was gonna shoot you. But them little niggas, the little homies gonna probably tear your ass up. I wasn't finna fight your big ass, man.
Let me ask you this.
I seen you at the where did I see you at?
Whole Foods in Atlanta.
And you was nice as hell to me.
That's what took me by surprise.
What?
I said, hold on. I'm saying to myself, hold on. I just saw this man at Whole Foods. We exchanged them.
You hadn't did the interview with Cat. Well, nigga, you wasn't gonna whoop me, first of all. I wasn't gonna I know you play football and everything.
I played. I don't play no more.
You was a great ass tight end.
I appreciate that.
I must say that. You was a great tight. You wasn't as good as Mike Dicker. But you was a good tight end.
I did okay.
I'm ready to go.
This is my cognac.
Who's the motherfucker you want to talk about right now?
This is straight by Laporte. It's a VSOP cognac. I know you like cognac. I know you do. This is the best cognac you gonna ever put to your lips.
You ain't put no P. Diddy in there.
Man, go there you go, man. Damn.
You have it over here in the morning.
Okay, now this is dope that Mike Epps and Shannon Sharpe was able to finally sit down, have a conversation man to man, keep it lighthearted. You know, Mike is cracking his jokes. Shannon's being welcoming. It's all good. It's beautiful. This is what it's about. It's crazy how last year, you know, the year started off with Cat saying that this was the year of the truth and everything, and people getting exposed and the Diddy trial and all this other stuff. And now this year we see people, brothers like, nah, we can't do that. Like, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We need to come together and we need to make up and we need to work together to get this money together. It's funny how that flip flops, you know what I'm saying? And it's really not a flip flop. It's more so of a cycle, but I want to talk about a few things. First and foremost, I'm a fan of Cat Williams. I'm a fan of Mike Epps. I actually met Mike Epps before. Pretty cool dude. But there's a thing with these comedians and what I feel like is low-hanging fruit. Now, Shannon Sharpe interviewed Cat Williams, and that interview went stupid, crazy, dumb viral. Because Cat Williams went on there, said a bunch of stuff about a bunch of people, and people were upset with Shannon. It almost seems like they were more upset at Shannon than they were at Cat Williams. It's like, well, wait a minute, how are you gonna be upset at the interviewer for asking questions? Now, does Shannon have a certain style of interviewing that may come off, you know, a little bit gossipy, where he might say certain things or whatever? Sure, but he also does push back on a lot of things, but he allows people to just sit down and say what it is that they need to say. He'll give a little bit of pushback, but he doesn't really challenge people a whole lot, at least not from what I've seen. He just allows people to be themselves. And when you have an interviewer like that, and you have these polarizing figures that go onto their platforms and they say whatever and offend whoever, why is the energy put on the interviewer, not the person that said it? As if Shannon Sharpe put him up to this. Oh, because why? Because Shannon Sharpe could have edited certain things out. Well, what is that? Why am I going to edit anything out? Because if I have to edit something out to not offend you, I got to edit everything out so nobody's offended. That's not how this works. And so when I see all these comedians like Eddie Griffin, who I believe is another legendary comedian, but you have these comedians doing the whole low-hanging fruit thing, calling Shannon gay. Why? Because he's buff and he wears tight clothes. And it's funny how easy it is to attack black male masculinity and try to emasculate black men. The man don't need to do that. It's enough of us doing it to each other. When I say somebody is a part of them letters or whatever, or maybe that they shop at Zest Buy, it's because of behaviors that they have displayed. It's not because he's buff and wears tight clothes or he's doing this or he's doing that. It's like, no, this person is displaying actual tendencies of somebody that likes someone that's the same gender. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. But shaming black men using that term, especially coming from a comedian, I'd have talked about Shannon Sharpe's lisp. You know what I'm saying? It's so many other things I would have went to than to just try to call him gay, all because he interviewed Cat Williams, and Cat Williams said a bunch of stuff about a bunch of people. So when I seen that whole back and forth with Mike Epps and Shannon Sharpe, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, I don't remember Mike Epps and Cat Williams having a back and forth. Now, maybe they did, and I forgot about it, or maybe they did and I missed it. But I do remember Mike and Shannon going back and forth. And Mike did allude to, he said something along the lines of, well, I ain't gonna throw hands, but I got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, what is we on? Is we on man time or not? If you really got an issue with somebody and you feel like you gotta threaten to pop, and see, that's my thing. See, it's all fun and games when the comedian said, because they're a comedian. Oh, they could just say, oh, I was just joking. But y'all know damn well in real life, niggas will die behind some words like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't call myself a comedian. Yes, I do make a living off of making people laugh, and I love that. But I really make a living off of producing great content. Music, art, comedy, hip hop, I put it all together. Acting, directing, I put it all together. And I'm serious about mine. So when people want to, and I haven't had no issues, at least not yet, when people want to come at me and say certain things, you're going to have to be a man and stand on that. Now, if you want to say, okay, my bad, I was just kidding, let your apology be as loud as your infraction. But the whole backtracking and backstepping and backsliding and all of that, that should be corny to me. Then why even said it in the first place? You feel me? All Shannon Sharpe did was give somebody a platform, the same thing that he's doing right now with Mike Epps. And he got a lot of pushback. And it's not just Mike Epps. Like I said, I love Mike Epps. It's not just Mike Epps. It's a lot of people that came out and said this stuff. And I'm just sitting here trying to understand, like, why is all the smoke for him? But you know what? I'm glad that it happened because people have gotten over it. And Shannon Sharpe is continuing to prove why he's the man, because he gets these guests on here, these big name guests. Now, I ain't gonna lie, he's just starting to interview anybody now. I seen Blueface on there a couple weeks ago. I was like, shit, nigga, I've been famous longer than him. Like, shit, you need to interview me. I bet you can't name one Blueface song, Shannon Sharpe. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of. I was able to increase the sales of this Amazon book off of a YouTube sponsorship with just 30,000 views. And I was able to give this artist 15,000 views with the Instagram repost in less than 24 hours. So DM or email me at bookingcranklucas@gmail.com right now to get more exposure and more money for your business.